like he don't get to see his family. Like, I think that's one thing that maybe people don't kind of see or respect, as well as that on top of the fact that you ask a footballer how, when he goes into a game, how is he feeling 100%? I guarantee no one is going to say, no, I'm not feeling that. Like, I'm not feeling 100%. Like, everyone is going into a game with a few niggles here and there, like not feeling great.
So pick your brain a bit, get your brain thinking, you know, outside the box, but football-related questions.
I'm not good at this.
Well, you're going to have to think a bit because obviously you've played with a lot of players, you've been in a lot of situations. So just to start off, who's the most underrated player you've played with, but nobody would have guessed that? Or maybe people know who they are, but they just don't get the recognition. Take your time.
Yeah, most underrated.
You know what? You can do two. You can do trained with and played with. Because obviously you've been around them.
He's a good mate, but like even like Charlie Gilmore. Remember Charlie Gilmore? Like he's one of them guys who works the hardest out of anyone. Absolute workhorse. But maybe he's not recognised because he's not the prettiest on the ball or whatever. But what he does for the team goes a bit more unnoticed. You know what I mean?
Understand.
Charlie Gilmore, yeah. I'm just trying to think of like first team players. I remember when Coquelin at the time when he was playing with him and Santi in midfield.
Oh wow!
Like the work he was doing, like I think people appreciated him at that time, to be honest. But what he did, like, and the interceptions that he made, like his reading of the game at that time, I just thought, whoa, like this guy was an animal at the time. You know, and I think now he's flying at Valencia. I think what he's doing there, he's doing great. But
they were in the Champions League.
Yeah, he was top. Monreal, but Monreal was, I say, he was quite. I think the fans liked him, but he was a good player for sure. Yeah, it's difficult because obviously I've played with a few, but I've not played with loads and loads of players to say that they were really underrated. You know, in my book, they were all kind of rated, and I don't think they were really underrated by the fans, I guess. But yeah, there's a few anyway.
Okay, no worries. Stadium you played at where you didn't know it was going to be like that as well. So it was a stadium where, you know, you play at Arsenal. It could be the same. Maybe you even pick Arsenal. Maybe you feel like, oh, Arsenal, big stadium. But then it's more kind of enclosed than you thought and more intense. Or, you know, you can give another example.
Yeah, no, because I think I played at Emirates quite a lot. The 23s played a few games there. So that wasn't really kind of a shock to me, although when it's full rather than empty when you play 23s, it does feel a lot different. I remember I played at a stadium I like this year. That's a really nice stadium. I enjoy playing there.
Yeah.
I just feel like when the stadium's bigger, like it's more magnitude, you know, there's a bit more kind of pressure on the game in a way. But I mean, but you should be able to perform wherever you play. But yeah, stadium I like was good. Obviously, Red Star Belgrade, that was like a different sort of stadium because it was like you had the running track around the outside.
Yeah. It
was very like the tunnel was like, I think it's so long and it's like all like security guards down there, everything like that's serious. I'd love to go back and play there because just the atmosphere is just different to anything else. I enjoyed playing at Ipswich Stadium this year. Actually, that was a nice stadium. I think it's Portman Road. That was good. What else is there? Yeah. So yeah, they're the ones that kind of stand out for me. We played Coventry at Birmingham Stadium. Actually, that was interesting.
Okay.
This season.
But yeah,
I'd say they're the ones that stand out for me anyway.
Yeah. All right. You only have to give one answer, by the way. That's it.
Oh, okay. No worries.
All
just tell me to shut up. I'm awful sometimes.
No. It's all right. You're thinking, innit? You're thinking about it. It's good. Okay, next question. Who's the coach that means the most to you from, your whole time playing football?
Definitely say my dad is one, because he was the one who he always took me over the field as a youngster, done ladders, like anything technical. Dad is definitely one.
Here at FOOTY 258, we're proud to present you with the best football specific content. We work with many companies and many ballers to give you, the viewers, the best content possible. You, the viewer, we're always looking to help you improve your skill set. In order for you to improve your skill set and for us to keep making these videos, please click the link down below and buy some equipment. The equipment helps us run this channel, and also you subscribing to the channel helps us producing more of these videos to help you with your skill set and your knowledge of the game. Thank you for supporting FOOTY 258.
I'd say Kwame was there. Kwame Ampadu is definitely like aspects of what the advice he gave me. Neil Banfield is one of them that sticks in my head with his training.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say them, to be honest. Yeah. Just trying to think of any at West Ham. Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Oh, Mark Ellis. Actually, Mark Ellis. Remember Mark Ellis?
Yeah, I did a few not one-on-one, group kind of sessions with him, and his sessions are some of the best sessions.
Yeah, Mark Ellis. I remember him. I used to train with him sometimes before going to training. Like,
yeah, crazy.
He used to do some good stuff. I think now, how did I do that as a youngster? Train before training. I think, bloody hell.
Just have the energy in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Ellis. He definitely done some good training with me for sure, like technically and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. What would you say has been your biggest moment in football and your lowest moment in football?
My biggest moment. Probably just playing for Arsenal is my biggest moment, I'd say, for sure. Playing for country at youth level, that's one, I guess, because it's your country, and I'd love to play for England one day. And the lowest is definitely injuries, 100%.
Yeah.
Like fracturing my back the first time was bad, but the second time it's just like I remember being in a brace for like weeks and weeks and weeks, and that wasn't nice. But yeah, definitely injuries is the low point.
Just touch on you playing for England. How was that experience? Being around the best of the best for your age, and what kind of experiences you had playing for England?
Yeah, I mean, I remember playing in the Victory Shield one. Like, I think you played in the Victory Shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was obviously good because I remember like you're at the time. I think you're still at school. Everyone's like raving about you. Everyone's buzzing off you. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna be on TV on Sky. Like, that was obviously nice. And then I remember playing a few more times the age groups after that. I remember playing against Holland. That was good. And then we went to Florida actually for a tournament when we were younger. And we played against like Brazil and USA. I remember Pulisic was actually playing for the USA at the time.
Decent.
But yeah, I remember that tour actually. That's when I found out that I fractured my back was with England. I remember playing against Brazil in a game. It was the first game, and I was like, oh, "This is where I want to be." Like, I'm playing against the best of Brazil. Like, this is like great. I remember actually playing the game. I remember being in real bad pain in my back, but just the level of Brazil where we were at. I remember thinking these guys can't be the same age as me. Like, they are way better than me.
And it's big as well. Some of them.
Yeah, they're big. Like, and I remember thinking, nah, they can't. They've got to be taller. They've got to be older than me. But they were just better at the time. I'm thinking, yeah, you know what? It was kind of grounding at the time. I'm thinking, you know what? You're not that good. you need to do better. But yeah, that was it's nice to play for your country, and you know that is a dream one day to be able to play for England. But I know it's going to take time and the process. So yeah.
All right. Moving forward. Last question, actually. So, what's a thing that people from the outside, outside of football, they're not in the game and everything like that, or maybe they are in the game, and maybe they just got it wrong. What's a thing that people get confused about or delusioned about with footballers. So let's say, for example,
Um,
yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
yeah. I think maybe people don't understand the side of like the travel and the wear and tear on the body. Like especially the big teams who are kind of playing Champions League, like Saturday, Tuesday, they're traveling. They don't get to see their families. Like I remember watching the Sergio Ramos thing on Amazon Prime. Like he's constantly, he's captain of Spain, captain of Real Madrid, plays Champions League. Like he's playing all the time, traveling here and everywhere. And he's got like I think 3-4 kids. You think like he don't get to see his family. Like I think that's one thing that maybe people don't kind of see or respect, as well as that on top of the fact that you ask a footballer how when he goes into a game, how is he feeling 100%? I'm guaranteed no one is going to say no. I'm not feeling like I'm not feeling 100%. Like everyone is going into a game with a few niggles here and there, like not feeling great. But I think like people expect him to turn up and be absolutely on it week in week out, and it's difficult. It's wear and tear on the body. They're traveling a lot, so that's probably what I'd say. That's maybe they don't appreciate, I guess, but maybe people do, and they just expect us to do better.
Yeah, that's just really what it is, right? I guess the higher up and higher level you go, the more the much better you got to be, and the less mistakes you got to make. Which is how it is,
Exactly.
Right? More pressure.
Like that's what I mean. First year doing like Saturday, Tuesday this year, it's tough. Like it's not easy, but like as the season goes on, you do get used to it. But then you think, next level is your Saturday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, Sunday, whatever it is, but you're doing it on a European stage where you're flying places instead of just traveling around the country. Like it is another step up, and you got to respect them, the guys who are doing that. But that is where you want to get to.
Yeah, just touching on what you just said. The first time you pretty much had to do Saturday, Tuesday, that kind of schedule. Talk about the mental wear and tear also on your brain, not just your body. How is it mentally and recovery wise to get through, let's say, for example, Saturday's game and knowing that you got to go to Tuesday's game?
No, I remember this year, like my first couple Saturday, Tuesdays. I remember my first one, like my groins were hanging off going into like a Tuesday game. I remember thinking, oh my God, am I going to be able to actually handle this throughout the season? But then I think like once you get through that, it's like, oh, you know what, I can get through that, and I'm struggling. So that's only going to benefit me going forward. Like it was kind of like a tick box. And then there's other games where you're literally like, I remember this season having like a really bad calf injury, but like getting through a game and then you're like, oh my God, I actually got through that, like pat on the back sort of thing. Like, well, if you can do that, you can do it again and again sort of thing.
Exactly. Do anything, yeah.
But like you can't train for that, I don't think. You can only go through it by training for it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, it's there's nothing really like it, I'd say. But the more you go through it, like the more your body adapts to it. But if you can just get through them first like few weeks of it, then I'd say you'll be able to get through it from then on.
Yeah, man. Good information there. A lot of people can learn from what you've been speaking about. And credit to you, man. You've gone through the injuries. You've gone through your hard times. Hard times are subjective to different people and different players. And you've come out the other side, and now you're looking forward, and the world's your oyster. You got everything in front of you to achieve what you need to achieve. You just need a bit of luck, how everyone needs it.
Yeah.
And you should be, well and truly on your way. Well, thank you for coming on.
No worries. Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, man. FOOTY258. That was Ben Sheaf giving us a lot of information about his journey and his career so far.
For more content like this, like, share, and subscribe.